What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a look at a very interesting machine. We have the Lenovo IdeaCentre packing an Intel Core i5 processor paired with the RTX 3050 OEM graphics card, featuring a crucial 8GB of VRAM. We are going to be benchmarking the finals. This game is incredibly fast-paced, highly destructible, and demands a lot from your system. Now, before we dive into the numbers, I did some digging into internet reviews for this exact Lenovo IdeaCentre setup. Users on forums like Reddit and Best Buy praise this PC as a fantastic entry-level rig for 1080p gaming. They love the value and the compact design. However, some reviewers did point out that the airflow can be a little restrictive, and 8GB of system RAM might bottleneck you in heavier multitasking scenarios. But for pure 1080p gaming, the consensus is that it is a solid performer. Starting off with the low settings, the finals game actually looks surprisingly beautiful on low. The frame rates here are incredibly high, giving you that buttery smooth competitive edge. If you are playing ranked matches, this is where you want to be. The responsiveness is instantaneous, and the RTX 3050 handles the chaotic explosions without breaking a sweat. Moving on to the medium settings, here is where we start to see a shift in the balance between performance and visual fidelity. The lighting gets a bit more realistic, the shadows deepen, and the destruction particles have a bit more volume to them. On the Lenovo IdeaCentre, the i5 and the 3050 combo still holds up incredibly well at these medium presets. You will notice a slight dip in the maximum frames per second compared to low, but it remains well above that crucial 60 FPS threshold, keeping the gameplay fluid. Internet reviews mention that medium is the sweet spot for the RTX 3050 in competitive shooters. You get a visual upgrade without sacrificing too much of the competitive advantage. The cooling on the IdeaCentre does kick up a notch here. You might hear the fans spinning a bit louder, which reviewers have noted as a minor drawback of this compact case, but the temperatures remain within a safe operational limit. The environmental destruction on medium feels weighty, and the performance penalty is totally acceptable for the visual bump. Next up, we are cranking things to high settings. Now, the finals is a stunning game on high. The global illumination and the detailed textures of the map really pop. But pushing an RTX 3050 OEM card to high settings in a game this demanding does come with a cost. The frame rates definitely take a noticeable hit here. While it is still playable for casual matches, competitive players might feel the difference in input latency. The 8GB of VRAM on this specific GPU model is doing a lot of heavy lifting right now, preventing major stuttering that you would definitely experience on a lesser card. Internet reviews often debate the value of high settings on budget-tier GPUs. Some Reddit users argue that the visual return on investment just isn't worth the lost frames. Others, however, prefer the eye candy for casual play. On this Lenovo IdeaCentre, the Intel i5 is working in perfect tandem with the 3050, avoiding any severe CPU bottlenecks, but the GPU is definitely maxed out at 99% utilization. The explosions, the collapsing buildings, the chaotic teamfights, they all look spectacular, but you have to decide if the cinematic look is worth the lower frame counter. Let's see how it handles the maximum limit. Finally, we have reached the epic settings, all the way to the end of the video. The FPS difference between epic and low modes is very noticeable. You are trading those extremely high, smooth frames for the absolute highest visual fidelity possible. Every single shadow is perfectly rendered. The ray-traced global illumination makes the map look photorealistic, and the destruction physics look like a movie. The game looks incredible, but on the RTX 3050, it definitely feels sluggish compared to the fast-paced nature of the lower presets. The Lenovo IdeaCentre is giving it everything it has right now. Tech reviews of the RTX 3050 consistently state that epic or ultra settings in modern demanding titles are usually just a bit too much for this tier of hardware, and the finals is certainly no exception to that rule. It's a fantastic stress test, however, proving once again that having the 8GB VRAM buffer on this OEM card is absolutely essential to prevent the game from crashing outright. So, you've seen the entire gameplay benchmark across all multiple settings. You've seen the competitive, smooth frames on low, or the stunningly higher visual fidelity on epic. The choice is yours. Do you prefer quality or performance? Share your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more gameplay benchmarks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.